We're about to head into the Memorial Day weekend.
I know.
And the weather is kind of lining up perfectly, huh?
It really is. It might be a little deceiving right now because of the clouds, but I promise you, over the next 24 hours, some big changes are in store. So let's take you outside, give you the grand tour here across the Pacific Northwest, anywhere from the valley to the coast to the high terrain, the Cascades, dealing with that widespread cloud coverage. Although we're slowly breaking it down in places like Newport, thanks to our Oregon Coast Aquarium. Camera out that direction as we hover right around the mid-60s at this point in time. You can see those dark potential rain clouds, maybe sending a single raindrop or two our direction over the Vancouver waterfront as we keep those mostly cloudy but dry skies going as we work our way towards the midnight hour. All right, look at our current temperatures, 50s, 60s through the I-5 corridor, just about the same for the coast. 60s still enjoyed east of the Cascades along with a few low 70s as our rain gauges did manage to fill up to a couple of 1/100ths of an inch, but we really were honing in on the higher elevated spots of the Cascades yesterday of the bullseye of the most significant rain. That's where places like Hood River near just about a 1/4 of an inch or so. But our rain deficit now swinging the other direction as we held on to a surplus for about the past week and a half, now seeing a lack in the rain department by about 5/100ths of an inch. So we still need to keep that wet weather trend going over the next few weeks to round out or equal the amounts we should see by the end of the month. But unfortunately, the cloudy skies not really bringing too much in the way of rain as we're breaking down that cloud coverage along the coast. Another look out towards the Newport area, and you can even see on our satellite that breakdown in the gray conditions. As the jet stream slowly retreats its way further to the north, the shallow ridge begins to build just in time for the weekend. Saturday, Sunday temperatures rising back up into the low 80s, but you'll notice the jet stream with a little bit of a kink known as a short wave moves its way back overhead by the time we get into Memorial Day Monday. That's going to increase our clouds, drop our temperatures slightly, but boy, is that short-lived. A stronger ridge begins to build over the west. That's going to be sending our temperatures back into the summer-like territory just in time for the middle of next week. All right, let's time everything out with our futurecast. Increasing clouds still remain tonight. We break that down by tomorrow afternoon. More sunshine to enjoy. Saturday, high than cirrus clouds, so it's filtering out some of the harshest of the sun's rays and keeping our temperatures on the warm side. Now, I think the rain accumulation from now to Monday is a little on the excessive side, maybe a couple of raindrops possible by the time we get into Monday. But tonight staying dry, cloudy, temperatures in the upper 40s. Tomorrow ending up into the mid-70s. Plenty of sunshine, which is great news for the first day of the city fair for the Portland Rose Festival. Temperatures are going to be quite comfortable as the gates open at 5 o'clock. And for your Memorial weekend, 80 degrees, that's the peak of the heat on Saturday. By the time we roll our way into Monday, cooling things back to the low to mid-70s. And a few more clouds. Our 7-day forecast does show the next round of summer-like heat arriving by the middle of next week. Low 80s again on Tuesday. More sunshine Wednesday. Mid-80s possible for us. And depending on how our weather pans out over the next week, we could potentially see some of the warmest air so far this season next week.
Wow. Yeah, and great timing by Mother Nature this weekend.
I know.
Sunny skies. City Fair starts Friday, so
no complaints.
Yep,
here.
for sure. Thanks,
That
Josh.
looks fantastic. We'll be right back.